What's up everyone? I hope you all are having a beautiful weekend. Today we are going to talk about the practice sessions and the qualification sessions for Silverstone. In the practice sessions, not only McLaren were showing the pace, but this time Ferrari also showed great pace and they were competing with McLaren. Talking about Red Bull, then I would say only Verstappen was there who was showing pace. Both Mercedes drivers drove good, but they were clearly slow than Ferrari and McLaren. Now let's talk about the qualification sessions. As I told you before, the Ferrari showed pace in the practice sessions. However, this was not the case in the qualification sessions because in Q1 both Ferrari drivers struggled because they just barely qualified. However, both McLaren drivers and Verstappen and Red Bull showed pace. Mercedes were also good. Let's talk about Q2 where McLaren showed amazing pace. Verstappen also showed good pace. Mercedes were good at pace, but they were quite slow as compared to McLaren and Red Bull. However, Russell showed his experience and they survived there. Now, if we are talking about Q3, then I would say it was a heartbreak for both McLaren and Ferrari fans because Verstappen at Red Bull got the pole position in Q3. After Verstappen, we got Oscar Piastri who succeeded in getting the second position, and then comes Lando Norris. After Lando at P3, we got Russell at P4, and sadly at P5 we got the world champion Hamilton. It was heartbreak for all Hamilton fans because Ferrari clearly gave us a lot of hope because they showed amazing pace. However, in the final lap of Q3, there was a slight mistake by Hamilton due to which he lost his podium. However, I would say all the first 5 drivers could have got the pole position because Lando also did a slight mistake in his final lap of Q3. After Hamilton at P6, we got Charles Leclerc. For me, it was a great disappointment because a driver of his caliber could have easily got a good position. After Leclerc, Kimi Antonelli finished the qualification at P7. However, because he crashed in Verstappen in the last Austrian GP, he got a 3-grid penalty, and because of this, he dropped to P10. This helped Alonso as he got P7. After him comes Pierre Gasly, then Carlos Sainz, and then Kimi Antonelli. It was also a home race for Oliver Bearman, who ended the qualification session with P8. However, in the final practice session, he didn't obey the red flag instructions, and because of this, he got a 10-grid penalty. And because of this unfortunate incident, he will be starting at P18. Now let's talk about my predictions in British Grand Prix, which will be happening tomorrow. For me, Silverstone is one of the best track out there, and it always gives a great race. If you're talking about my predictions, then I would say the GOAT Hamilton is finally going to get his first podium at his home race with Ferrari, and it will be a joy for both Ferrari fans as well as Lewis fans. I also believe one of the McLaren drivers are surely going to be at the podium, and again I think so it will be Lando Norris because it is going to be his home race and he is going to give his best to get the position. Then at the podium it is either going to be Oscar Piastri or Max Verstappen. Both were amazing in the practice sessions as well as qualification sessions, and I believe this will be one of the best races of the year. Don't forget to write your predictions in the comments. I hope this will be a fun weekend for everyone. Peace.